Okay, so today we are going to see about groups concepts in C++. So today's program we are going to discuss about classes. Okay, so I have a sample program for classes. So first in classes you have to declare the header files. So you have two header files, that is has include IO_string.h and CONIO.h, that is console input output and input output string.h, right? So you have two header files and have given a class and a class name. So the declaration of classes have a class with a class name. So the class name is sum here. Okay. So once declaring a class, there will be an open bracket and an ending bracket. So the ending bracket will be given with the semicolon. Okay. So here what we have done is we have declared a variable, right? So int a comma b comma c, we have three variables and the data type is int. For int data type we have declared three variables, that is a, b and c. Next in public we have given a function name called input. Another function we have introduced add, and then we have another one function is display. So inside the class we have given three function name. We have created three functions, that is input, add and display. Okay. So you know that we have access specifiers, that is a private, public and protected. Once if it is given in a comma b without specifying any access specifiers, defaultly that in C++ it will be considered as a private. Okay, so in private we have int a comma b comma c, and public we have given three functions, that is input function, add function and display function. In input function what we are doing is we are getting the values for a and b. So right here we have declared a, b, c variables. For that we are going to get the value for a and b, and input value we are getting a and b. Next we are going to add those two values in the add function. Right, so void add function c is equal to a plus b. We are going to add two values and it is stored in the c. Next, then we are going to see about void display. So the outputs will be displayed in the display function. So c out, the result is of c. So c is the value is a plus b is, suppose for example a is 2 and b is 3 is, so 2 plus 3, the value will be 5. The 5 will be stored in c and the result will be displayed in 5. So that is what we have declared inside the class. So it is ended with the semicolon. Right? So first what we have done is you have created a class with a class name sum. You have declared the variables int a comma b comma c. Check that it is in the private. Okay. In public we have three functions, that is input, add and display, and ended with the semicolon. If you now have not given the semicolon, it will be shown as an error. Next, outside the function, what we have done is we have created another one function, that is max. Okay, so inside the class we have created the three function, and outside the class we have another one function is max. Okay, so for that max, what we are going to do is we are going to check a and b values. If a is greater than b, the greatest value is a. Else, what we done is the greatest value will be b. So in maximum values, the max function it checks a and b value. Again, you are going to declare int a comma b. In that a comma b, if you give the a value and b value, it checks for which is greater. If a is greater, it prints a value. Else, it will be printed as a b value. And we have entered the state. Next, main function. In main function, what we have done is for the class name, right? We have created a class name. For that class name sum, right? We have created an object. Okay, using the object only you can able to invoke, right? So s dot input. You have three functions: input and display. So s dot input, s dot add, and s dot display. Okay, so these are created inside the class. Okay, so inside the class, so you are going to invoke with the object. So s dot input, s dot add, and s dot display function. All those functions are invoked inside the class using an object. Through object only you can able to access. And if you see the next function max, because it is displayed outside the class, right? So for that what we have done, we have not used an object. Okay, so object we have not used here. Simply we are going to use the function name alone. Using this function name we are going to get. And finally, let's see it. end of the statement. Okay. So again I repeat, once you are going to execute the program will be executed from the main function. Okay. Once it goes for the main function, it checks one by one. So for here you have go for class name, you have created an object. Using the object, you have invoked the three functions. Why you are using this object name is because it is created inside the class. But max function is created outside the class. Okay, so there is no need of an object. So this is how you have to create. Okay, so again I will repeat. You have a header files. After the header file, you have a class with a class name. Right? This is the syntax. You have to create using the class name. Class name, open phrases. This should be ended with the semicolon. Red color I have specified. It should be ended with the semicolon. And next private we have given int a, b, c the declaration. Next public I have given the three function input, add and display. Outside the class I have used max function. Okay, so since it is used outside the class, there is no need of an object here. Since all those three functions are used within the class, I am using an object. Okay, so using object you can get the value, and after that the value will be